What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. It is Tuesday, April the 11th, 2023, and in today's Glass Half Full video, we're going to talk about three stocks that are surging higher in front of tomorrow's all-important CPI number and why I'm absolutely convinced that the worst is over. In fact, I strongly believe that small-cap stocks in which we play bottomed approximately 10 days ago when yours truly smacked his noggin on a hardwood floor after a night out on the town and too many adult beverages. All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I see it 0435, and I think it's going to a nickel and change probably before the end of this week. I'm talking about XELA, and didn't I just see our infamous MCOM down 99.6% since going public under HLBC approximately 2 years ago? Didn't I just see that go under 2 and then jump back over? Why that could be slightly bullish. I'll cover all that and more, but let me start off with a shout out to our premium member of the day, which will be pinned in the top comment from now on. It is the Oak Ridge Construction Professionals outside of Port St. Lucie, Florida. I spent half my life in South Florida on the East Coast, started off in Pompano, built a house in Delaware. That's all, folks. We don't edit around here, so if you're new, welcome. Bit excited today. Port St. Lucie, Florida. Oak Ridge Construction Professionals, who will get in front of 165,000 people on social media. So make sure you're following us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. And that includes the homepage wall where I promoted them approximately an hour ago. So if you've got a honey-do list, fellas, or a redo list, I want you to reach out to Oak Ridge Construction Professionals. Whether you need your kitchen or your bath remodeled, they are going to help you out, and make sure that you tell them that Jason sent you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you want that kind of exposure for your small business, all you got to do is go to trysmallbiz.com, hit that red Get Premium button. Now everyone can see the 14 things that you get for free. And speaking of free, somewhere up in here, I can't see it because I'm not looking at the screen, you'll see our logo. Shout out to the one and only Paulie the Magician who made that for us. The beautiful red heart, the white SBA. I love, as you guys know, small businesses. So I'm fighting like hell to help you make money on the stock market. Follow me on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, and of course, TrySmallBiz.com, where you should get, along with Oak Ridge Construction Professionals, which again will be pinned, a premium member today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's cut right to it. All right, XELA, last trade 0435. I believe the high, if I'm not mistaken, is close to 044 on the day. So it brings me back, and I'm going to cover every single one of them, including Trica, which had an S3 filing today, which was actually available last week. And of course, MCOM, formerly known as Hellbiz. But I've been saying now for the last several months that the stock market bottomed for most stocks in October through December. Recall, I was telling you to buy Tesla at 105. It doubled. I was telling you to buy Meta at 88. It more than doubled. I was telling you to buy Nvidia at 112. And you can see this all on my wall. It more than doubled. Last trade, I think I saw earlier, near 280. I have given away almost $1,200. Yeah, $1,200. Actually, $31,000 back in the day under the Idle Grant program when I was giving away most of my AdSense revenue. But I've given away recently, in the last several months, 1,200% gains in about 17 mid to large cap stocks. That's a fact. But even if you strip that out, we are still up, to be exact, 547% just after 3 o'clock outside of Atlanta, Georgia on the 11th, my birthday. My birthday is the 13th or Thursday of this week. I turn 5'3". So I sit here today, rather than focus on the 160 or thereabouts premium members who have kicked my ass to the curb, I am focusing on the 355 who are giving us $1 a day. I am focusing on the fact that the worst is over, that we are up, way up from the lows of where we were when I knocked my head on that Friday. I believe it was ENSC and MCOM that were cut in half that afternoon. I went out, if you didn't see the video, watch it, and got wasted. and I tripped over my sneakers coming out of the shower. I hit my head. It was absolutely horrible. I went to bed, probably almost died, but I'm here today, grateful that there's 355 people in this country that are willing to support us with $1 a day so you can get the kind of exposure that the Oak Ridge boys, the Oak Ridge professionals get out of Port St. Lucie, Florida. And you give me a chance to not only dig your ass out of a hole because the worst is over for small cap stocks, but to get back on track. But even when you factor in, and yes, I just bought some PBLA before I turned this on at 402. Oh, it was up around 55. What the hell happened? Well, it was up from 32. I'm taking advantage in front of more news to come, buying the stock at 402, bringing my average down into the 70s. So the next time this thing wants to run, and I'm talking about PBLA, I'm actually going to be getting out at close to even, make a little, lose it a little. Whereas the Debbie Downers, and we got tons of those who either refused to average down or just gave up altogether a week and a half ago, well, they're going to be shit out of luck. Because if you guys stick with me through every in and out, every win and loss, you are up still 547%. And if I go down one at a time, and I'll end with MCOM. MMAT, yeah, it's a little bit of a sluggish nano composite company. They've got an at-the-market offering that took place starting in the mid-'80s, but it's way oversold. And this stock 6 months ago more than tripled on decent news. So I'm back in there. I own it around 42 and small change on MMAT. Last trade, 407. So yeah, we're down a penny in small change. Mullen got up to 1120. I think slightly higher than that in the pre-market. This is a stock, if you recall, an EV player that I was screaming at people multiple times months ago in the 40s to sell it. And there's a number of hardcore zealots that own the stock that were screaming at me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's going to $2, $3. Bullshit. But when it got blasted, and I saw the run from 9 and change to 14 and change, I bought the retest. My average is 10.5 or 10.04. I'm MULN. I think it's a leader coming out of this small cap trough, which again bottomed out, in my opinion, about 10 days ago. PBLA, look, this is a metastatic pancreatic and liver cancer play. Split adjusted, because they did a reverse split about 4 months ago, it's down from $87. My average is somewhere around 75 after the most recent edition at 40 cents on this pullback. And if you saw the graph I just shared, again, follow me on Twitter, massive cup and handle breakout at 39 cents. Shot to 55 today. Obviously, a lot of people sold into the strength. I don't blame them. I'm adding to my position at 40 cents. Getting my average into the mid 70s, worst case scenario, looking for phase 1 and 2 metastatic cancer in respect to the pancreas and the liver before Memorial Day weekend. TRKA, this is very slimy. This is as slimy as their tripling of the float secretly on the QT over the last few months, right? You remember, it went from a dime to 99 cents. Then everybody finds out, and by the way, we made money on the way up. Everybody finds out that they just printed 300 million or thereabouts shares, and kaboom, it comes all the way back down to, I believe, 16 cents. And it ran to 33. It came back. It's like a cash. It's like an ATM, as some of you have pointed out on TRKA. It's a trader's stock. It's an in and out. It's a make it. It's a take it. Well, I took it. Family show. I hear you, Mom. I took it at 28.5 cents. We made a 32. If you're not having fun, we can't be serious all the time. Cut me some slack, Ma. She died in 2015. She speaks to me every day. I talk to her. My father died in 18. I talk to him. Right here's to you, Dad. My dad used to say, I know it's a tangent. If you want to log off, you're free to do so. He used to say, son, cup coffee? It's not a cup of coffee. It's cup coffee. So yeah, Dad, here's a cup coffee to you. Thanks for making your oldest son look exactly like you. Every time I look in the mirror, I hear my mother say, you look just like your father. And it's true. One of these days, I'll show you a picture. He was shorter, thinner, but the eyes, the face, the beard, especially the beard, spitting image. So God bless you both. Thanks for sticking with me. Again, I'm trying to share a bit of a personal side. I had to cough up the fact that I fell down drunk and smashed my head open. And no, it wasn't a sucker punch. I haven't been in a fist fight since I was in the Baja Beach Club. I believe it was 1992, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 044. All right, so XCLA. All right, we're all over the map today. It's my birthday week, folks. 53 years young, Thursday. God bless you all. MCOM, formerly known as HLBZ, the one and only Sal, and I couldn't resist, right? Yesterday's video, I said I really need to stop running my mouth because we're at risk of seeing multiple class action lawsuits because this guy has blown smoke up our ass for the last 18 months, in our case, the last several months, and he's lost 99.6% of shareholder value. Came public as a SPAC 2 years ago, traded as high from $10 to as high as $30 under HLBZ, and split adjusted when it went under $2. That's 4 cents. So my third grade math, $10 to 4 cents is minus 99.6%. So as I said yesterday, Salvatore, I believe I saw that on your profile, we owe you no fucking apologies. You have wrecked shareholder value. I don't know what you're smoking. Some of my followers might like to know because I have never in all my years seen anyone after a 70% drawdown since the reverse split, 2 weeks ago. I've never seen a CEO to say he's worthy of an apology. You should be out there saying, folks, I deeply apologize for what's taken place, but this, that, and the others in the works, hang with me. Give me a chance. We're going to rebuild. A lot of good things coming. You do some of that, but you spend as much or more of your time demanding an apology, so you ain't getting one. You ain't getting one. Now, I will say this, almost in closing. The fact that they flushed the stops at $2, and again, I'm long, folks. Follow me on Twitter. You see my pin trades. I've been cut in half. Some of you even worse. I see a number of folks throwing in the towel. I don't blame you. We've been snookered. We've been bamboozled. We've been bent over the desk, as I've said repeatedly. And to my chagrin, I had a woman send me an email the other day, and it is my birthday week, so I'm going off on a tangent. She said, you know, I'm sick and tired of you talking about bending someone over the desk without any lube. So might I double down on that and say, well, you're incorrect, ma'am. It's bend over without any lube in and then up. Because if you don't get the final thrust up, it's really not a hardcore. I hear you. I hear you. I've crossed every line today. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're long MCOM, I think that they flushed the stops at $2 a share. If they can get it back up to 2 and small change, come out with decent earnings and not print stock like they did on the 5th of Thursday of last week when this motherfucker still will not answer on lawyer letterhead whether or not he was responsible for 3 million shares, which is the equivalent of 150 million under Hellbiz in the first 60 seconds of trading. We all know that was dilution, $5-6 million or thereabouts, and they've gone quiet ever since. So I'm long. If it was me, I'd probably stay long. Use a stop, I don't know, 180 if you can't take any more pain. Mullen, I think, is going much higher, 12, 13, 14. PBLA, wait for the news. We want to see a break the next time, obviously, at 55 or better. XCLA, give me a nickel, and preferably by Friday night. And I promise this time to keep the adult beverages somewhat under control. And Trika, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So thank you very much for the 32%. I deeply resent the fact that you snuck in the S3 public filing today, which is a full what? 5 or 6 days after you really filed it on the 7th of April. So once again, if you're in TRKA, be careful because the management has proven they're not exactly up to snuff. And until next time, if I haven't offended just about everybody, keep those cards, letters, and thumb downs coming. Always remember that I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching.